This man is not only my friend, he's my brother, but he's one of the best salespeople ever. Would you please welcome Mr. Mitch?
About you, my mic is now on. Beautiful. This is all about you here today because you spent the time, the energy, the effort to come to this conference, and I want you to get something out of every single session, and specifically this one as well. So we're going to do something that's never been done before, to my knowledge, at a DJ conference, how to overcome the 7 hurdles we face in business. But here's the catch. There's no real catch. We only have time for 3, though, in this session. We're going to cover the other 4 in depth tomorrow, but I want you to vote today specifically on the top 3 that you want to hear about. Here's the 7 you get to choose from. Overcoming overwhelm, managing your time, tracking your measurables, building relationships, managing your talent, conveying your value, or managing your money. Here's how we do it. Go to this website, pull up your phone, go to this website, menti.com, put that in your web browser, type in that 6-digit code, 502872. Click submit, type in your name and email, contact number, click submit, and then you get to choose the options you want from there. Everyone heading on the phone website? Hang on, Vicky's yelling at me. Right, surprise, surprise. Menti.com in the web browser on your phone. Type in this code, 502872, in the box where it says enter a code. Click submit. I don't care. A New York Yankees fan will always use a spam email, just so you know. Type in your best information there, click submit, choose your options, and we're going to see how this works for you here today. Yep, it should be waiting on me to do the next slide. So let's pull that up. So vote. Which of the 7 hurdles do you want to talk about today? Overcoming overwhelm, managing your time, tracking measurables, building relationships, managing talent, conveying value, or managing your money. All right, let's do this old school if we're not going to get it to work live. Hands. Overcoming nice. Awesome. All right, so let's do this old school. Hands, overcoming overwhelm. Raise your hands. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, how about managing your time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 on that one. Tracking measurables. 1, 2, 3. All right, you folks will have to join me tomorrow for the master class. How about number 4, building relationships? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, equal. And managing talent? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 on that one. Conveying value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And finally, managing your money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 on that one, 11, 11 on that one. Okay. So, Vicki, you got a total for us there? Perfect. Overwhelm, time, and value. So that's what we're going to cover today then, specifically is overwhelm, time, and value. Let's jump into the very first one, overwhelm. Obviously, that for me could have been very overwhelming had I not already had a backup plan in place of how I was going to do this if my complete technical system failed, right?
Yep.
As an entrepreneur, you're juggling, I don't know how many different things that we deal with. And going from sales to marketing to planning to production to performance to operations, and also, as Jeremy and Sarah so brilliantly illustrated, dealing with spouses and family commitments and everything else is a lot. How do we do it all? As a young entrepreneur, okay, well, maybe not that young, but more so the guy on the right. You know, my first picture is me back at 19 in radio. The more the guy on the right, that was struggling for me to overwhelm as a young entrepreneur just starting out. Probably the very first person I heard to lay it out for me in a way that I could understand and give to you here today. This man's name has already been mentioned once on the stage today, but it's Matt Radicelli from Rock the House in Cleveland. He spoke about this. 3 words: decline, delegate, do. So let's break these down for you as a way to overcome overwhelm and use as your own process here moving forward of how to make this happen and overcome overwhelm for yourself. Decline. So here is an opportunity I had for tailored weddings for my company in the UP of Michigan. It was a welcome to the neighborhood flyer that we had a chance to be a part of for our local B&I group. And I was told, oh yeah, all of our B&I members will do this. It's great to be in this. You should definitely do this. But for me, I chose to decline it because it wasn't the right marketing vehicle for us. It was a shotgun approach. Nothing wrong with a shotgun approach if that's what you're using in business and who you're targeting. For us, it's primarily weddings. 90% of our business is weddings, so we are primarily targeting brides. So therefore, the shotgun approach for me just didn't really work. I chose to decline. The next step specifically is to delegate. Now for me, that was a very tough thing to learn. To delegate my business. I'm a very strong personality. Those of my friends in the room here, they know that I'm a very strong personality in more ways than one. And for me to be able to trust someone to delegate my business to was tough. But from mentors of mine, whether it be Mike Walter or Matt Radicelli, talk to me about delegation, how that's so important. So in past years, I've been the guy to create literally almost all the documents for our company. Jeremy, it should be about 35 minutes for the timer. And in that regard, I had to choose to delegate stuff. So I've taken Kayleen Bigelow, who is my rock star here. She has been with me for quite some time. She's wanted that position as office manager for us, grew into it, and has done excellent at it. But I've been the one to create all the timelines. Now I delegate it to her directly, and now it frees me up to do other things. Sometimes you just have to choose to do. It all depends on your role. And it's so important that you have people in the right roles in your business. Kayleen is the right role to be in the office manager in the forefront because she's a very bright, upbeat personality. She's of the same age as our brides that are getting engaged, and she's definitely the right person in the right role. So I delegate those tasks to her that work. But in the do section, that's on me. Sometimes it falls to you. So when you have an opportunity that comes across the plate, you can decide to decline it first. You can choose to delegate it out, or finally, you're going to do it. In past years, I've been the one to, do everything. And that's why I moved more to this thought process and this methodology, if you will, of decline, delegate, do that Matt has given us. So for me, it's more on the operations side of the business now. It's scheduling the talent. It's going through and making sure that we're hitting our metrics that we need to hit to grow our company. And that's something that only has been started with me in the last, honestly, 2 to 3 years. Jeremy actually mentioned EOS. If you join me tomorrow, we're going to talk a little more in depth. Whoever wanted tracking measurables, who was that gentleman out here? I think it was Brent, Gerald. Yeah, see me tomorrow. We're going to talk about it in the master class way more in depth. But you have to choose. Either decline it, delegate it, or do it. If it falls in your realm, in your position, where you want to be in your company, and what you need to focus on, then choose to do. So now it's time for action. I'm a big believer that a seminar, a conference, this type of setting is not just about wah, 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 wah. The talking head in the front of the room, whoever me or whoever it is up front, you need to get something out of this too. So it's time for action. Take a second, talk to the person next to you, and speak about what would freeing up more of your time really give you. Take 1 minute. What would freeing up more of your time really give you? Talk to your partner next to you right now. Brent, you'll have to talk to Brian in the back row, or whoever. Now, chat with your partner about what are the risks of adopting this decline, delegate, do methodology. Because there are risks to this. So chat with your partner about what are the risks of adopting decline, delegate, and do, and what could be some of the possible rewards. Talk to your partner about that. All right, let's come back. Let's come back. Now, I want you to focus on, if you have a piece of paper, if you have, set up a Google Doc, whatever it is, 2 columns, love and hate. This is how you adopt decline, delegate, do in your own business. So how do you lay this out and decide, how do I decide what am I going to decline, what am I going to delegate, what am I going to do? Create a column, love, hate, very simple Ben Franklin kind of setup, if you will. And typically, this is how it might lay out for you. You're going to focus on what you'd love to do as your do's, typically. You're going to decline the things you hate, right? And you're going to delegate some of those things that are in the middle. Write those things down, specifically, all the areas of your business, what comes across your desk. Yes, delegate your taxes. You can't decline them, no. All right, Vicki, what was our second one? That's all right. Managing time? Look at that. It's the next hurdle. I'm amazing. Focus. This is probably one of the biggest pitfalls that entrepreneurs have, is focus. There are 2 words that I tell my kids every single day before they head out, either on the bus, used to be on the bus, now my son is 17 and drives my daughter to school. But the beautiful thing is that one of those words is focus. The other word is listen. If you can think about those 2 words, if you choose to listen, my friend Glenn Roush said that earlier in his talk about how he grew his business so much was listening. Need a table close to the stage for water. So listen, focus. Those 2 tenays should be forefront in your mind to help you manage your time better. A mentor of mine gave me this quote, but in fact, he didn't give me the whole quote originally. Mark Farrell is a mentor of mine. Dave Tournier mentioned him. Many other people have mentioned him from the stage today. Mark gave me the quote, "Time is the fire in which we burn," by Delmore Schwartz. Couldn't be more true. The other half of this quote, that is awesome. If you go digging into your mentors' mentors sometimes, that is just a brilliant thing to do, an exercise for you to do. Time is the school in which we learn is the beginning part of that quote from Delmore Schwartz. And time is the fire in which we burn. You have invested your time to be here, to be away from family, to miss that basketball game, that volleyball game, whatever it might be. You're here to learn. So that's why I have time for action in here for you guys and gals, so you can have a point of action to take back to your companies. Schedule your essentials first. Get enough sleep. Drink enough water. Outline your day in advance. You must create family time. Carve it out. Schedule your essentials first so that this way they're already set for you. Many of you know, if you see me over the years, I've been a big Jeffrey Gitomer fanboy. Became a Gitomer Certified Advisor in 2015. But as much as I'm a Jeffrey Gitomer fanboy, if I really could tell you to read one sales book only, it's this book right here, The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. This book, man, this is a all killer, no filler, and chapter 1 alone is on time management. Do the big task first. Now, what Chet recommends in this book will help you manage your time way more effectively. Here's what he recommends. You choose your own schedule. You lay it out the day before. You write down the 6 to 8 things tops that you have to get done that next day. Now, next to those 6 to 8 things tops that you have to get done, right next to that, you write down the time it's going to take you to do that job, to do that task, whatever it might be. And then what you do is you go through and actually do the big task first. Whatever's going to take you the most time, you're building up momentum, do that big task first. It's my friend Glenn Roush. So Glenn and I have known each other for years. I'm so proud of where he's gone with his business and his company. But he taught me something. He doesn't even know he taught me this. We haven't even talked about this. Sorry, brother. Roughly 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, whatever it was, I noticed Glenn wasn't spending a whole lot of time on Facebook or anything else, you know, and so in chatting with him, I forget where it was we were chatting, but he told me about he just, you know, decided to shut off all the notifications on his phone. How freeing is that with your time? Eliminate the distractions. You get texts, you get email, ding dong, and you know, you get phone calls, you get, I mean, how many times, especially for someone like Glenn or Jason Clark as an entrepreneur, you know, Jordan Marshall, you guys you know, your employees knock on the door, hey, got a minute? How many got a minute meetings do you have every damn week? I mean, seriously, schedule it, get it set aside, and truly, honestly, with social media, no one cares. You're just scrolling through newsfeed mindlessly about someone else's life. Are they really going to feed your family? Are they really going to, you know, yeah, just, so I've tried to be a lot better. If you text me right now, or you try to Facebook message me right now, I'm not going to get it, because it's not notifying at all right now for me. So thank you, Glenn, for that tip. I appreciate it. Outsource. To manage your time, outsource what you can. This is kind of an extenuation of decline, delegate, do. My new website logo. I suck at graphic design. I am horrible. So delegate it, man. Get rid of it. Get to someone else. But this is a site you probably haven't heard of before. Many of you have heard of 99 Designs, Logo Tournament. If you've heard about graphic design and get people to bid on things. Hatchwise.com, for me, created this logo, which I love this logo, because I'm a get-it-done kind of guy. Like, we've got just a side note, I run education for Midwest DJs Live, and I was literally on the plane over here run a show scheduled for it. And so the checkbox at the top of the M and the T kind of, to me, shows like, get it done. It has that kind of symbol to it, right? So that's why I love that logo for me and speaking and things like that. So outsource what you can to manage your time. Automate. If you don't have a way for your clients right now to go on your website and schedule a meeting in the year 2020, what are you doing? Give them an opportunity to connect with you. You can set up several different services that do this. This is on schedule once. So our clients can go to our website right now at tailoredweddings.com and they can set up a meeting with me. Either an initial meeting, a first planning meeting, or a final planning meeting. Give them the opportunity to schedule a meeting with you. They're on your website already. Why make them leave and call and then forget about it, or text and forget about it? Have the opportunity to have them schedule a meeting with you right then and there. Pick one. Set it up. Don't have time to do that today, but I encourage you to get this done. Create a time for action for yourself. Put it on the to-do list. If you don't already, who has one right now on their website? I know Gerald does. Gerald heard me say this years ago. And you took my advice years ago. Well, it's probably the greatest thing I've said in the last 10 years for you, but you know, great tip. So if you don't have this, get it set up seriously for yourself when you get home. Create shortcuts and notes for most commonly sent reply. All right, who here has an iPhone? Raise your hands. Who here has something inferior? Oh. That's for you, Jeremy. Okay, so right now, who here has this already set up? Do you have shortcuts set up in your iPhone or your phone right now with most common responses that you have for a client? Yes. Do you have them all set up? Okay. Take 60 seconds right now. Pull out your phone. Know how to create a shortcut. If you don't, on iPhone, it's in general and keyboard settings from there. What? Yes. You can do it too, Jeremy, if Samsung will allow you to. And create a shortcut for just not available. Just create a shortcut for not available right now. Take 60 seconds. Let's get some work done in our session today. It should be general and keyboards on an iPhone. Go to settings, general, keyboard, text replacement. That's what it's under on an iPhone. You can do this for your website, your company name. You can use it for your address. You can use it for email responses, whatever. Okay? Next time-saving app that I have currently for you is MileIQ. Everyone ever heard of this? MileIQ? Is anyone using MileIQ? 1, 2, 3, 3 hands, that's it? Oh man. Does anyone else use another mileage app they have for their business? 1, 2. Mileage app for your business is huge. You have one? Good. So MileIQ for me is awesome. I absolutely love it. It works in the background. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to remember anything. This manages your time by saving you time, but not having you have to keep track and then export. How many miles did you drive to this event? Oh, I forgot to put that one in. It automatically does it for you. The awesome thing about it is you go on the app, you pull it up, you know, once a week. You can swipe left for personal, swipe right for business. I'm sure you're all used to swiping left and right for things on phones. No? Okay. All right, give me some other time-saving apps that you have. What are some of your favorites? Vicky's got a mic. She's going to come around here, and anybody else got any other time-saving apps they want to share with us today? Let's use the power of this group. What do you got, Ed?
OneNote.
OneNote. Okay. Can we get a mic on, please? Handheld. Jimmy. Am I that boring?
Is it on now? There we go.
You got to hear the voice
I
of
use
God.
OneNote. Use OneNote. OneNote is basically notes on steroids, and it will obviously sync with all of your devices and everything. It is Microsoft, but it works on Apple. It works great. So that's what I use.
How can I get your voice?
$9.95.
We had a gentleman over here too, Vicky. We'll do one more after that one. Just because stay on.
So I got one similar to OneNote that I use. It's called Evernote. And what's really cool about this is the paid version. If you remember, there used to be an app. You used to be able to scan in people's business cards and it would populate all the information into your phone. This actually does that through the paid version. Plus, you can sync the notes you put on your phone onto your laptop using the internet or your desktop.
And then we have a gentleman right here, I believe. Just
Wunderlist. It's awesome for setting up to-do lists.
All right, who'd I miss?
gentleman right here, just in front right there.
I like Zapier.
Yep.
It automates all kinds of tasks. It's a little bit of a pain to set up and learn how to use it, but once you get it going,
API integration is
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
So absolutely. All right, so that's it for our second of the 7 hurdles. You can register now if you want to get the other 4 tomorrow. We're going to dive deep into them. I also have workbooks. What? I know, I'm good. I did it while you're on the thing. So we're going to have workbooks for everyone for tomorrow. If you want to get the workbook ahead of time, you can register tomorrow for the masterclass. Tickets are available, djntv.com/. /tickets. Scroll down to the bottom because that's how I roll. And you can hit the plus button to grab a ticket to it. If you want to download the workbook, you just want to have it to look at it, you can. That's the link to get the workbook, and the password is right there on the screen for you as well. Of course, it's not printed out. You have to do that on your own. But everyone else tomorrow gets a really nice printed workbook, and we're going to work through the other 4 hurdles in depth, as well as cover these 3 with a few more details as well. Let's hit conveying value next. Sales. I wrote the book on sales for event pros, so I guess it's kind of funny that this popped up today as one of the things people wanted to hear about. It is so important that you understand how to convey your value in a digital world nowadays. And that's what I'm going to walk you through here today and prove that I can still do it in 2020, believe it or not. Some of you may have seen this actually previously, because this is part of an older presentation I did, but I'm updating this for you here, a little bit of new content for 2020. So if you look here, this is a standard request for information form that you may get for DJ Event Planner, right? Some of you have DJ Event Planner, you recognize this. I've taken out some of this information from this bride, but notice the last thing, please send information on pricing, right? That's typically what we as entrepreneurs, salespeople, business people, we focus on the last thing they said. Please send information on pricing. Without realizing that everything else matters too. She has given you a ton of clues in here. Are you picking up the clues that she's giving you? Or are you just already in a negative mindset, poverty mindset, as I believe Dave Tournier alluded to earlier, in regards to responding to her? What can you learn from the other information given? Anyone else notice anything about this request for information form here? Donnie what? Okay, he's probably in work hours because 2:37 p.m., right? Is that where you got that from when she sent it in? Timing? Okay, who else? Hang on. What over here? What? She's getting married in a year. Yes. So proximity of when she inquires to the time of her wedding day. Is that fall in your normal wheelhouse of when you typically book an event? This is 11 months out. That's typical for us. Who else noticed something? Scott, phone number. What about the phone number? Well, I whited that out for you, okay? All of a sudden, my bride's getting random texts from here. No. So, yes on the phone number, but specifically, what about the phone number? She said, please email me. What's your name? What? Carol? Okay. Carol, I want to give you something later. Shoot me an email, mitch@mitchtaylor.net. I'm going to give you something. All right, cool. Please email me. What else you got? Zip code. What? Where she lives. Okay, what about where she lives, Jody? Okay. How far away is it? I live in Michigan. She lives in Wisconsin. Now, those of you know where my area is, I'm only about an hour from Wisconsin, some parts of Wisconsin anyway. But if you look at the phone number here, these area code is 231. That's a lower Michigan area code. So you have to know who your ideal client is. I'm not going to get into the whole details of that here in this session, but you have to know who your ideal client is. For me, this screams ideal client, even though she's saying, please email only. Yes, quick. So Hotmail could be the spam email, as Mr. Donnie said earlier, or it could be legit, because it's the one she's had forever, right? And it could be a clue to her age. You're absolutely right. All right, we got to move. Free video. Grab your phone, screenshot quick, take a picture of this. This is a free video I'm giving you right now. We used to charge $50 for this on Creating Connections with Vicki and I, but we felt generous, so we're giving you a free download to this webinar that we did specifically on this topic. It's 45 minutes deep for content. It's yours free right now. So you may look at this and you saw that lead was from 2016, 2017. You're like, Mitch, come on. You're recycling old content on a DJ show. What the heck? Nope. This exact process still works today. Everyone get that, by the way? Yes? Okay. This exact process still works today. Here's a bride, literally just the other day, email or Facebook message comes in. I'm getting married July 11th, 2020 at Chamberlain's in Curtis, Michigan, wondering about your prices for DJ services that day. I also emailed you guys. And I will say the previous one was Sharon. She was extremely cold, but please email me what you said. Absolutely true. And there's a lot more in that response there, and you're going to get that in the webinar video I gave you. And this one here, this bride is using exclamation points, a little more lively, a little more upbeat, right, in her response to us. So here's my email back to her, or my message back to her, I should say. I just responded to your email, excuse me, as well. I see on the right-hand side of the messaging here, you live in Macomb. So I alluded to her fact that I'm not stalking you, right? But it's see at the bottom, lives in Macomb, Michigan, right? I used to live there too, haha. Tell me more about your day. I'd love to see how we can help. I'm mirroring her excitement, exclamation points, all that. One availability for DJ left. If your date, provide much more than the average DJ for one of the biggest days of your life. Ways to provide fun at your reception, starting at $600, going up to $3,500. Most of our couples spending on average around $16. Would you like to know more about what you get for your money? Alan Berg recommends end with a question. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. End with a question. Here's her response. What a small world. Aw face. I would like to know more about what we get for the prices, please. Outdoor wedding at 10, ceremony at 4. So here's what I did. At this point, she has said yes. When I asked her, would you like to know more about what you get for your money? She said yes, right? I would like to know more. At this point, she's having the conversation via Facebook Messenger. Have the conversation via Facebook Messenger. Don't try to move her into an appointment. Give her what she wants. Ray Davies of the Kinks, Jim Cerrone. Ray Davies of the Kinks, 70s rock band for you newer cats, said give the people what they want, and that is so true in business. Here's my response back to her. Boom, boom, boom. That's a lot, right? This was her response. What was that? 3 sentences. But here's me, boom, boom, boom. Because it's a process. You have to give her the process of what you go through. Let's break this down. Now I went through those real quickly because your process is going to be way different than my process. Okay, but let's break it down into elements we can understand as performers and as entertainers and as entrepreneurs. Planning. How much planning and prep do you put in the event? Walk through that with them, whether you do it on paper or in person or online or some combination of these things. It still takes time, effort, energy, expertise. Spell it out for her. Production. How many people do you send out? What's involved? What is it going to take to create what she wants? Specifically cover that in the process of your email or text or Facebook Messenger or however you're handling that conversation, covered in that. Performance. DJ and master of ceremonies are 2 separate things. They're 2 separate things. Guys can throw down on the decks way better than me. There are MCs way better than me. But the point is you must know your disciplines and what they are. You can't just say because you're a DJ that you're also an MC, because you're probably not. Break it out for them specifically. What does it take in regards to the training and the talent development to deliver in all areas of performance? Differentiation. How are you differentiating yourself from anybody else in the marketplace? Video is the way to do that. Live video. Show how you are different specifically, not just, hey, this is me at Clark Creek Manor in New Jersey or whatever, right? You have to differentiate yourself. Define your USP, your unique selling position. What is that? What is your unique selling position? Tomorrow, we'll probably go into that a little bit more in depth if you're in the masterclass, if we have time. Goals. Tailored Weddings has 2 goals for every single couple. Number 1, I want the 2 of you and your parents to feel like guests at your own reception. Number 2, I want your friends and family to leave saying, OMG, That was awesome. That was so Sarah and Jeremy. Okay? That's what you want them to say. Those are our goals. If those are your goals, we're probably a pretty good fit. Ask for the business. At the end of your full-on typed out thing to her, detailing the planning, the production, the performance, what it takes to deliver for her, outlining your USP, and talking about your goals, ask for the business. Restate your USP next, and then offer testimonials. So after I send her that really long typed out process detailing everything for her and basically going over our whole process with her by a Facebook message. Sorry that's so long, LOL. Does that help? Did you want to set up a time to chat, see if it's the right fit? At that point, I'm just seeing if I get a response back. I'm fishing. You know, let's see if I get a response back. Good question. Also during work, and it was about 3 hours, 2-3 hours. That all sounds amazing and stress-free. What would be the quote on that? I would love to set up a video chat. Happy sometime next week. I'm nursing school right now, almost done, yay. Need to look at my schedule. Yay, next week is doable. You can set up a meeting here. See? Managing your time. I just talked about this earlier. Use this in your follow-up as well. Get your couples to schedule meetings with you right from your website or from Facebook, wherever you're talking to them at. Perfect, I'll do that tonight after work. Looking forward to it. What you mentioned in the previous messages, what would the rough estimate be? So here she goes again. She wants to get deeper. That's fine. Again, continue to have the conversation where we're going to have the conversation with her. 1600 reception only. Only catch, quote unquote, is we start when guests arrive for the reception. In my opinion, you'd be wise to utilize us for ceremony, sound, and coordination as well, as guests are coming to not only see you get married, but also hear you get married. Think in terms of benefit for your client. Don't just say, we offer ceremony, we provide some mics for your ceremony. No, that's not the point. The point is you're providing an outcome for them. The outcome for them is people are traveling from all over. They should not only see them get married, they should also hear them get married. And I'm maybe grilled for this, I don't care. Please, for the love of God, if you were putting a black mic stand in the middle of a ceremony still, oh God, just don't. Use wireless lavalier microphones like sportscasters, newscasters wear. Do not ugly up a wedding ceremony that's beautiful outside with a big black mic stand in the middle of it. There's way better technology nowadays. Okay, so this is what I gave her back. So much that goes into that, probably best discussed on the phone if we can. Lay out what's included, up to 3 wireless mics, and you can see me literally say, we use wireless lavalier mics, so your ceremony pictures don't have a big ugly black mic stand in the middle of them. Okay, outlining that whole process, what I just said to you guys. Timeline creation, tech to run sound for you during the ceremony, all the equipment necessary with the production of your ceremony, and a planning meeting. Ceremony sound and coordination package is $695. You save $100 if you want. Have us not be at rehearsal. If, for example, you only have one person standing on each side and only plan on having 50 people or less at the reception. Because again, I don't know her situation right now. We haven't had a sit-down meeting yet, but I'm going to put it out there for her and let her decide or have a conversation about it at least. Not sure of your situation. Let's happy to discuss everything over video chat. Sorry for the late response. Just had a review with my fiance. I'd love to book you guys at the prices you listed. How much do you require for a deposit? When you to send a check? Would you take a credit card? I'm excited to start planning with you guys. 2:44 p.m., Jeremy. So whatever that was.
But it's the same day.
Same day.
It's a late response.
Yeah. Apologize for late response. So this was all booked via Facebook Messenger just recently. So this process still works today. Outline, planning, production, performance. Tell them your unique selling position, your goals. Ask for the business. Restate your USP. Share reviews. The previous client that I mentioned, of course, we don't have Allison's outcome yet because her wedding's July 11th, 2020. But this one from Sharon, she wanted just a DJ, okay? This is probably the coldest email I've ever gotten from a client ever. Here's her review. Provide an individualized and professional experience for Ben and I. We loved every single person we met, felt it for the cost. They went above and beyond. Recommend them wherever we know, yada, yada, yada. Kudos and high five to our new friends. But here's the thing. Ceremony music, DJ, lighting, and decor. So we still were able to bump her beyond just what she initially thought she wanted. Time for action. Define your USP in simple terms. Why do clients pick you? This is something you need to do. I'm going to give you a hint of how to do this activity. We're running out of time right now. Here's the hint. Go back through your past reviews. Write down what your clients say about you. Then from there, aggregate them. See what they're saying the most. That is part of your USP, your unique selling position. That's it for me today. You can register now to get the other 4 hurdles tomorrow for the masterclass. Thank you all for being here with us. Appreciate it.